Hello, good morning. Welcome to Positive Vibes, making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. I'm your host, Shane Nikolich, and my video is not working this morning. I'm supposed to be on a Zoom call with my friend Jess Greene, and okay, and here she is. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Jess.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Good. I can't hear you. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Great. I can't see you. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you just fine.
Cool.
Um, Let me see here. I'm having not really well, my video is not working, my camera, but other than that, it's not really technical difficulties, it's just operator error this morning. Okay, just a moment here. Let's see. Just trying to make sure this is all going. Okay, there we go. And so, yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Very, very good to have you on my show this morning.
Thanks for having me, Shane. I
Yeah,
hope you're
yeah,
having a better day today.
yeah, definitely. Last night I was just making a post about it. Didn't finish it yet, but um, last night I was having a, how did I put that? I had a momentary meltdown. Yeah, a momentary meltdown caused by my magic magnifying mind, and my mind just focused on everything all at once, and of course you can't take everything all at once, and so it's like got all stressed out there for a moment, but I refocused. With everyone's help, I was able to refocus and just focusing on the solution,
Good.
solving one issue at a time. So yeah,
Good. That's all we can do.
yeah, just run the race we're in. We can't worry about running anywhere else at the moment.
Yes.
Exactly. Um, but yeah, I was just wanting to talk to you and find out about your running. I as I remember, the first time I ever met you was at the start line of the Run Super 50 miler
Yep.
last year, and yeah, that race,
Standing
that was definitely a race.
standing out in the rain waiting for a bus and
Yeah, yeah, good times, huh?
nothing like starting with your gear all wet and
Yeah. Um, and I was just I was wanting to ask you and let everyone know, when did you know start running and take on ultra running?
So I have not been running very long. I started running midway through 2018. I was training for the R2R. Have you done that, Shane?
Yeah, the Rainier to Ruston.
Yeah, Rainier to Ruston.
Yeah.
I got put on a team. I wasn't really running. I was in the process of losing 100 pounds from where I am now. So it's quite a bit heavier. And I just started training for that because I wanted to be on the team and I didn't want to let my team down. And after that race, I just kind of felt like I had found this love for running. And I started just training for things on my own. I did a half marathon. I trained for a marathon. Actually did a couple marathons in 2019. And then it was August 2019 when I did my first ultra distance with Sam.
Right on, right on. Yeah, Sam's definitely the guy to go to for ultra
Yes.
running. Yeah. Um, and so, like, the long race, the big one that you did with Sam here
Yeah.
recently, the Moab 240,
Yes.
240.3 miles.
Yes.
That is an extreme distance. How did you, I don't want to say get roped into, but how did you come to, be racing in that one,
I
or
think in a
running
way,
rather?
it might have kind of been my idea in a way. Actually, it was Sam's brother-in-law that sent us a link to Orcas 200. I don't know if you've heard of that race. It was gonna 2020 was gonna be the first year that they had Orcas 200. And he sent us a link just kind of joking, like, oh, you two would probably love this, because we had done a 100-miler together then. And we looked at it at first as a joke. Like, we're kind of like, oh, haha, wouldn't it be funny? But next thing you know, we actually did sign up for it, which is kind of the way with our running team, right? Like, it's kind of a game of chicken of what neither of us will back out of a challenge, I guess. So we spent all winter of 2020 training for that, getting ready for that. And then it ended up getting canceled just 3 weeks before the event. So that was a huge bummer. And so after that, though, we maintained our training, the level of training that we had reached for Orcas. And we signed up for Bigfoot 200, that got canceled. We tried to get into Tahoe 200, but that was canceled before we even got on the list. And then we hopped over to the Moab waitlist, and we got off the waitlist about 3 or 4 weeks before the race. So it was kind of just felt like fate that we found ourselves at that start line.
Oh, right on. That's
Yeah.
That's definitely a big step. Going from running. I mean, it's running much shorter ultra marathons.
Yeah.
Going from like 50-miler to 200. And 240. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was, I mean, technically that was my third race, like my third ultra marathon ever. I had done the 50-miler with you. I did the Capitol Peaks Mega Fat Ass, that's what it's called, run last January, which it was like a blizzard at the top and you're trudging through snow. So it was kind of a unique race. For us, it was kind of a training run too, because we had planned the next day, we got up and ran a 50K again. So, with ultra running training, a lot of times you do back-to-back long runs. So for us, that was like the first of a whole weekend of training. And then after that, the only other race I've done is Moab 240.
Jeez, that's quite the race to have on your resume, on your running resume. Okay, so to back up a little bit, when you started running, from what you were saying, you were running for health and fitness.
Yeah.
Help lose that weight, and I'm just curious. Person to person, experiences differ and reasons differ, but and I know I see all your posts on social media. You're with the Evolve Fitness group every morning or just about every morning, and working out with them, and then you're running many miles on top of that. Going on 20-mile runs every day or every other day.
No, not every day. Not every day.
Not every day, but quite often, it seems like.
I think, well, for one, I think social media kind of distorts, we all have to be careful looking at each other's training, because like for you, I see you posting every day and I'm like, oh my gosh, Shane's out there every single day. It's so easy when you see these pictures to feel like your training's coming up short, or we all just see these little glimpses of what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And I do think people kind of have a perception. I don't know how to, I will say I work very hard but I do think people have a perception that I'm going out and doing like, it's always these really big long runs or running really fast or working super hard, when I would say the bulk of my training is just super easy, laid back runs for enjoyment. No watch, you know, you loosely know the distance because, as you know, like if you run in your area for a while, you just start to know all the distances. But the bulk of my training is very easy and laid back. And I think that's how I'm able to do kind of a high volume. It's little bits that are high intensity, but most of it is very relaxed pace. Yeah.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I was just exaggerating saying you were running 20 miles.
Oh, I know. No, I know.
But
no, but I, even when I look at my own social media, I'm like, whoa, people could totally think that, because those are the runs where I post pictures mostly. You know, I don't. If it's just a totally boring, not boring, every run is special in a way, but the daily loop around the neighborhood, usually I won't post as much about, if that makes sense. So I myself try to be mindful of that, to not, just to try to more authentically share with people what training for an ultra marathon looks like. Because I think a lot of people are interested in it, or at least I know for me, when I was interested in it, I just had no idea how you go about training for something like that. So I think people are interested, they just don't know how to jump in.
Actually, what you were saying, something about, you know, most of your runs are like easy runs, you know, shorter, easier runs. And it's like, actually, I found for myself, if you look at my, you know, I'm out there every day, I'm on this never-ending run streak, but if you look at my distances, you know, a lot of my distances are shorter, you know, like a mile and a half or 3 miles or something. And what I found for myself is, since I backed off and I'm just, you know, maybe speed walking a mile and a half or running a mile or 2 miles, you know, most of the time, then when those big runs do come up, I'm able to stretch it out longer, you know, to where my pace is faster, because I'm not so worn out from doing these long runs all the time.
Yeah, and you know, from the ultra stuff, it's all about, and this was kind of for me when I made that jump from marathon training to ultra marathon training. I feel really lucky that I had met Sam and that he kind of guided me through it, because you do have to kind of reset your brain and the way you look at running, the way you look at training. And the first thing he kept saying to me was, slow down, slow down. And it's weird because you've been training and you've gotten faster. And for marathons, you're always tracking your paces and paying attention to all of that. Whereas ultra running, I feel like, is so much more about tuning into your own body, listening to your body, taking it easy, learning running mechanics, learning how to run properly and safely. You know, if you're going to do it that much and do it for that far, for that long of a distance,